Good morning, YouTube world. This is Tony Reno coming at you from Lancaster, California. Hey, today I'm gonna go over the top 10 things that they don't tell you when you get the new Honda Goldwing. But first, let me open up the door on this garage so I can get a little airflow. I apologize in advance for the sound because there's a little echo, or because of the echo in the garage. There we go. Trying to open up and get some air. So anyway, like I was saying, good morning. Sorry about that. I got a little bit distracted. This video is the top 10 things that they really haven't told you when you purchase the 2021 Goldwing, or I should say the new Goldwing in general, because this would probably cover the 2018 to the 2021 DCT version. I think going to the regular version with the clutch is probably not that much of an issue, but with the DCT, some things you really need to know. So let's get this video cracking. Ooh, and I do like the way she looks. Here she is, people. My 2021 Honda Goldwing DCT, no clutch. This is the version. All right, the top 10 things that they don't tell you, and I don't think anyone else has covered in their videos, but we are today. The first thing, people, is when that salesman is giving you the instructions on what is what on this bike, pay attention. That is the first thing that they don't tell you. Because I mean, really pay attention. Because, you know, here I am thinking, what is this guy talking about? I know what the hell this bike is. I done seen like umpteen YouTube videos, and I've heard GB Winging It talk about his bike, and, you know, all the other people who have the new 2021 Goldwing. I've seen the videos, and I'm like, man, when I get this bike, I'm gonna be rich. Nothing is farther from the truth, because I found myself listening, but then after I started riding, I realized I wasn't paying attention. And when I started rolling on the bike, I'm like, what the fuck did he say? And then I'm trying to remember, what did I see in that video? So I wasn't paying attention to him. I couldn't remember any of the videos, and I just found myself in a stupor on a new bike in front of the shop. And of course, not wanting to go in there and be like, yo, dog, I wasn't paying attention. Can you come out here and give me these instructions again? So needless to say, I finally, things kind of clicked, and I'm like, okay, I got this. So let me get going. Let me start moving. And once I started moving, everything was okay. But I say all that to say, number one, pay attention, people. Please pay attention when they're going over the instructions of this bike. And as I started moving, the number two thing I quickly realized is the sweet spot on the throttle. Now, this is not like a typical, you put it in first gear, you roll on the throttle, you find that sweet spot, and you get moving, right? My brain is still connected to the clutch. So the brain and not having a clutch and throttle, that timing wasn't there. So I found myself like slowly rolling on the throttle, trying to find that moment of engagement of when the bike started moving. And then once it started moving, I freaked out again because my brain is not having that clutch. And I'm like, oh crap. So, but eventually I started moving, and the bike was engaging, and I'm like, okay, I got this. Not too bad. So number two thing, people, number two, that sweet spot. The sweet spot on the throttle. It is a difference between this DCT model and a clutch model. So be advised, I'm telling you, I'm telling you this now. I don't think anybody else has told you this on the video. This is the truth. So, like I said, so first, we have pay attention, people. Pay attention. Second, the sweet spot once you start moving, okay? So now, I have all those things down. The bike is starting to move. I'm almost out of the parking lot, right? Yeah, all this, I haven't even left the parking lot yet, you know? And so now I'm at getting ready to exit the parking lot, and I'm looking for, shit, where's the damn turn signal? I know this guy said where it is, and I know where the turn signal normally should be, right? So here I am in the parking lot trying to figure out where the damn turn signal is, because it's not anywhere where I would normally see it, right? But see that little black button right there underneath the button transmission? You really can't see it when you're going, but once you learn it's there, boom, there it is. So now my thumb is kind of engaged. I'm telling you, man, something as simple as that, a turn signal. It took me about 5 minutes to find this. Well, not 5 minutes. I'm just doing this for video's sake, but it seemed like 5 minutes. Pay attention, people. Pay attention. There's the turn signal right there, right above the downshifting paddle switch. I'm telling you this now. And this is real talk. Look, this is I think after I left the dealership, I think I rode about 110, 115 miles just to call myself getting used to the bike, right? Pay attention. And I'm here to tell you, I don't care how many videos you watch about this new bike, you're not ready. You are not ready. So yeah, something as simple as switch signal. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I'm finally out of the parking lot. I got the sweet spot, so I know where to roll on, right? Signal out the parking lot. Now I'm heading up the street, and as I'm heading up the street, man, oh, the power delivery. I'm thinking to myself, this thing is not as powerful as my 2016. But oh, and you know what? Let me switch gears real quick. That the cardboard under there is because I didn't know if the stand was gonna dig into my garage floor, so I put that cardboard under there so I could kind of pad it and get it up on the center stand. So that's why that's there. I'm not leaking or anything. But anyway, getting back to the power delivery. As I'm rolling, I'm thinking, man, this thing is not as powerful as my as my 2016 Goldwing. I thought they added more horsepower. So where is it? And then I look down and I realize I'm fucking doing 75 in a 35 mile per hour zone. I kid you not. So the power delivery is completely different on this 2021 Goldwing. It is very smooth, deceptively smooth. So be advised, be advised. As I'm rolling down the road, I don't have my earbuds in. I don't have a sound system in the helmet because all that stuff is being shipped from Sicily. So I can hear the way the bike sounds. And man, this thing sounds beautiful. I mean, it's not, loud, like, some of the other bikes with the aftermarket exhaust or whatever, but the sound is nice. It really sounds like a sports car when you're rolling on it. And that sound, again, intoxicating. Because the more you hear it, the faster you want to go, because that note is in your ear and it's like, oh man, this thing is nice. Really, really nice. So yeah, very good sound on the stock exhaust system. So there's really no need to get another exhaust on this bike because it is really good. Really, really good. To take your time, right? all of that, all of what I previously said, basically, is take your time. Take your time with this bike, because it is a lot to take in. It is a different ride. Now, if you get the clutch version, it's probably going to be the same thing, minus, the power delivery and the weight difference and a few things like that. But overall, it is a different bike. So now, with that speed, with that power delivery, and with that sound, I'm just like, oh man, yeah, let's go. As I'm heading home on the 14 freeway, the sign comes up for my favorite road, Angeles Forest Highway, or at least it was my favorite road on the 2016 and on my ZX14. So now I'm on a new bike. People, take your time. I'm telling you. So here I am rolling on Angeles Forest, heading up to Angeles Crest, and the first turn comes up. The first real significant turn comes up, and I find myself reaching for the clutch so I can downshift, right? And I don't have a clutch there. So obviously it's immediate panic, and yeah, all this happens in like mere milliseconds, but for you serious riders, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about when you have that panic mode and you feel that you're entering a turn too fast. So here I am panicking. I'm reaching for the clutch. I'm like, where the fuck is the clutch? Oh, hell, I don't have a clutch. And then I roll off the throttle. And as I roll off the throttle, the bike downshifts, which it's supposed to do because after all, it's a DCT, right? So the bike downshifts and I'm able to roll in the turn. And I'm like, oh, how cool. But it's only because I forgot that it was a DCT version and my hand automatically goes for the clutch. And you think that's all, but it's not, because this is only the first part of it. The second part of it, I don't have a clutch, nor do I have a gear selector. So these are the next two. Gear selector. There is no gear selector with your foot. However, there is one with the shifting pedals here. Your thumb is minus and your finger is to upshift. So that helps. And after that first panic and realizing that I don't have a clutch lever up top nor a gear selector on the bottom, for the next turn, I learned that when you roll up to the turn and you roll off the throttle, and although the bike is downshifting for you, you can quickly downshift as you're braking by hitting this minus button here. So it really is like a pedal shifter on a sports car, but these are the things that you have to be cognizant of. So for those that say, by not having a clutch, it gives you less to think about, all that comes after you've had the bike for a while and you know what to expect. Because, now that I know to expect that, when I'm rolling up to a turn, if I don't want to downshift, I really don't have to downshift. So yes, that's less you have to think about. But when you initially get this bike and you're rolling up to that first turn, you're going to instinctively reach for that clutch. It's just the way it is, because it's just something that your brain has been, it's something that has been grilled into your brain forever how many years you've been riding. And now here it is, Honda with this DCT version, and you don't have to switch gears. So yeah. And don't get it twisted. This is not like riding a scooter, people. You have people that tell you that, oh, that new Goldwing is a big scooter and it's taken away from the riding experience. No, it's not. It has elevated the riding experience tenfold, but all of that comes in time. So don't get it twisted in thinking this is a scooter and it's not that oh man. Very, very deceptive. Very, very deceptive. After that little scare or brain dump when I'm going into the turn and I'm looking for the clutch and I'm looking for the gear selector, you know, I pull over on the side of the road for a little bit. I figure at this point, dude, this is a new bike. Dude, you need to just chill and get the bleep home. You know what I'm saying? Two-wheel for fun. It was not fun yesterday on this new bike. Not fun in the aspect of, oh man, why did I get this bike? But not fun as in coming to the realization that, dude, you're on something different and you need to change your way of thinking, you know, not drastically, but this is something new. This is something new. So I pull over on the side of the road and go to, you know, a jazz station to kind of soothe things down, you know, as I say, simmer down now, you know, soothe it down and just chill and get home. So I get to the radio station and I realize that the volume is low. And now I know shit's been about 5 or 10 minutes looking for the volume control, because on the 2016, you just hit the little switch and the volume goes up, right? And I'm like, where in the hell is the volume? And there's not that many switches here. So I go to the center console and I'm looking all through the menu and this and that. And every time I hit one button, it changes something else. And I'm like, all I want is the volume. So I turn the bike on, I turn the bike off, I turn it back on, and, you know, thinking that's going to fix the issue, right? But it doesn't, because the volume is still at the same level. I'm like, how in the hell are they going to make this damn bike? And I'm like, just flipping it. Then I finally look right here for volume. So that's 2 switches. Had I paid attention, I probably would have been listening, right? So I got the volume up and I was able to come home. But yeah, man, the volume control is right there. The other one is to raise the windshield up and down. And then, like I said earlier, your gear selecting switch, you will miss it. It's right there, you know. Let me get a close-up of that, right above the pedal thing. Yeah, it took me at least a couple of minutes to find it. I could not freaking figure out how to how to put the signal on. I tell you, that was so funny. But yeah, another one of the top 10 things that they don't tell you, and this is primarily for people who have had previous generation Goldwings or previous year model Goldwings. You're probably going to know what I'm talking about, and you probably won't even notice this as anything significant until you start riding. But if you had a previous year Goldwing and you had a backrest, you're gonna miss that. Not because not that it has anything to do with the bike, but it's just I am so used to just getting on the wing and cranking back and just relaxing, you know. Even though I'm still having a spirited ride, I'm still in a relaxed position, and I don't have my backrest there. So that is something that that's going to probably be, no, that will be the first mod. And I don't want to get into any of that because that's going to be on a separate video as the days go forward, or I should say as the weeks go forward. But if I knew I was going to get this bike, well, knowing it now, if I knew I was going to purchase this bike, I would have pre-ordered a backrest, because it is nothing that you need, but now that I am used to it with my 2016, it is just a welcome modification to have. So yeah, backrest. They didn't tell you, but if you're used to a backrest, get a backrest. Peace. So those were the issues that I experienced just yesterday, on the 2016 Goldwing. I don't know if anybody else has covered that or have said that, because, you know, I'm sure people are raving about the bike, and they should, you know, no harm, no foul there. But yeah, so I have a few miles to put in on this thing before I, you know, can call myself a well-versed new Goldwing owner. And yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this journey. So, anyway, people, this has been Tony Reno. Over 50, still on 2, and loving it. I'll get with you guys later.